everybody, I'm back with another awesome unboxing video. I'm recording a little differently today because I usually don't have the iPhone that I record all my videos with, so I'm using my digital camera, which is the first time I've used it in a while. Anyways, that's not really relevant, just letting you know. Today we're going to be looking at Charmy the Bee. That's right, here he is, Charmy the Bee, part of the Sonic the Hedgehog Jakks 2.5-inch line, so he is a smaller figure. So I'm really excited to open him up, so let's just take a look at Charmy the Bee. And here we have Charmy the Bee. Now, he is a very, very high quality figure for such a little guy. I mean, he's got all his details down to his little antenna having the stripes, his cool goggles on top of his little head, even the paint, the red paint, you can kind of tell, is a little shiny on his little helmet thing here, which I think is a really nice touch. I don't know if that was intentional, but it really, really works well with him. Let's see, he's got all his details, you know, he's got the little emblem on his vest there. And then you can see even the details go all the way through his body, all the bee stripes. His shoes look really, really good, too. So, yeah, I mean, it's a really good figure for such a little guy. His wings also have articulation. So he's got, I think he's got, what, 7? Technically 7. These count as 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a little more than the average 2.5-inch figure, but it makes sense. The wings are also very, very, like, tight. They got very tight joints, so you can, you know, position them however you want without worrying about them wiggling. That's really nice. And then, you know, standard 2.5-inch articulation, very limited, but you can still, you know, get some poses with him. He's got these little holes, so you can put him onto the playsets or anything that'll fit. And, yeah, he's a really, really good figure. I'm very, very happy to have him. I'm not sure what else to say about him. He looks pretty much perfect. I think the only thing that bothers me, if you can't tell, his mouth isn't entirely, like, the little line for his mouth isn't printed perfectly on his, the molding, so he's got, like, a smile that's molded in, but then the line doesn't really match up. I don't know, I couldn't be very picky. He was, like, the only one on the shelf that wasn't a Sonic or Tails from the wave, so I don't know how lucky I got to just find this guy, but I'm not complaining. He's really, really nice. I'm really, really just happy to have him here. So, without further ado, let's just take a look at the size comparison in this very small review for a very small figure. And here he is with our two other Team Chaotix members. Now, this is kind of an issue that everyone's been saying, is that he's small, because he's supposed to be small, but he's too small. Like, I think Charmy's supposed to be just maybe an inch taller. Would have been perfect. But either way, I think it works pretty okay, but it's definitely, like, way too tiny, if you ask me. But if you compare him to, like, a 2.5 modern character, let's just use Sonic, right here, Shrugging Sonic, it's a little better. Now he's just a little too big. But I guess the best size you can compare him to is Tails. Like, yeah, he's basically the same size as Tails, but he is not as small as a Chao. So Chao is still the smallest 2.5-inch figure, which is, I think, fitting, but yeah, Charmy is still just a little too small for the 4-inch figures. But with that being said, I don't know if I could see them making a 4-inch Charmy in order to make him a little taller. I mean, he'd still be relatively smaller, because he has to be smaller than, like, I don't know, Tails, but I think for 2.5, if this is all we get, I'm fine with this. If you have the Jazzwares Charmy, then I think that'd be perfect scale, but I don't have the Jazzwares Charmy. But I actually think this guy would scale pretty well with the Jazzwares Vector and SBO and any other characters, because he is 2.5 inches and all the Jazzwares figures are 3. But if he was 3 inches, he would be perfect with the 4-inch Jakks ones. Now, are you sick and tired of hearing me say Jakks and Jazzwares and scale and all this stuff over and over? Well, I'm kind of tired too, so let's just move on to the end, because I think this is really all I can say regarding scale. Everyone's falling over. Oh my god. And here is Charmy once again with the entire Team Chaotix. Now, of course, this is a 4-inch classic Mighty, but I don't think we're gonna get a modern 4-inch Mighty, but he still works great with them, and it's nice to basically have the whole team. Who left this chili out here? It's nice to have them, and it really just completes the whole team, minus Heavy and Bomb. But they're, you know, so not really. But still, very, very cool. They all look really great together. The scaling for Charmy isn't perfect, but honestly, I'm kind of used to that. Even vector scaling with all of them isn't that great, but, you know, the scale's not going to be perfect, but I think this is just good enough. Well, I guess that's really all I gotta say about Charmy. Thanks for watching this video, I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time.